Good evening. This is going to be the weekly reading for Sagittarius. And if you hear race cars, I live in Indiana. And I don't live that far from the racetrack. Not the big Indianapolis Speedway, but like our smaller one here in Anderson, Indiana. But I listen to the race cars at night and they get really, really loud. So I apologize. And then I've really been working a lot lately. You know, a lot of odd jobs and my business too. So what I'm going to do is every other week I'm going to do half the signs so that it's not so much on me. But at the beginning of every week I'm going to do the all signs reading. That way if it's your off week, you'll still get to have something to listen to because you can always watch the all signs reading, so do watch for that. Spirits let me know that whoever is supposed to listen to my messages will find the videos at the right time. And so I'm not really worried so much anymore about, you know, how many people watch it or how long they watch the whole video or, you know, any of my stats or anything like that. I'm really just focused on my soul mission, my soul purpose, and that is this channel and getting messages out to other people. And with that being said, I am a higher vibrational reader. So if you came here to try to figure out what your partner's doing, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, what's going on your job, if you're going to get that promotion, that raise, what I do here is I show you what is blocking you from having those things come into your life. What kinds of blocks you have to abundance, to love, to money, or whatever else. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Sorry, my allergies are bad. I've been outside all day today. We have the King of Wands, practicality. And basically the message that I'm getting with this is that you're being way too logical right now. I know the King of Wands is all about action, but I do feel like you're really blocking yourself because you're overthinking everything. And I have said this before, I believe it's been an ongoing theme with you, Sagittarius, that it's time to make moves. It's time to make moves towards really eliminating any type of situations or people that are in the way right now, in the way of your highest possible outcome, of aligning to the highest possible timeline. And so what I'm sensing is that there's still a lot of fears really tethering you and holding you to where you are right now. And this could be a job, this could be a relationship, this could be, you know, anything keeping you from moving forward. And so the message that's coming through from Spirit is that you need to find a balance between this practicality and just going out on a limb and just being in a place of deep faith, knowing that whatever it is you're guided to do, you are going to be supported because the universe always has your back. Do know this. And so whatever fears you still have coming up, really face those because that's how we become stronger. And the way that you do that is by going into a place of deep faith. To clarify that card, we have the music, the harmony card. And what I got with this right away was that whole harmonize and balance. And it's almost like your soul wants to sing a song, but your ego keeps getting in the way. And understand the difference between our soul and our ego is the soul is what you were before you incarnated into the body that you're in. See, I no longer even fear death. Because I know that once my physical body dies, I will continue to be. And I might even have a new body. Or I might continue to be a soul without a body for a while. But I will still continue to be. This is just the physical shell that I'm in right now. So I'm no longer scared of that. So the physical shell that you're in is the ego. And the ego is what has been conditioned ever since you were born into the body that you're in. Everything you were taught to fear, all of that. And there has to be a perfect balance. You basically have to get to the point where you tell your ego to take a back seat. Be like, okay, you know what? I acknowledge that you were scared, but there's nothing to be scared of, because fears are merely illusions anyway. They're not even real. Fears are not real, period. So I'm going to need for you to take a back seat. Feel what you have to feel, but keep your thoughts neutral, because you are creating with your mind. Any type of thoughts that come up, try to remain neutral. And this is how you balance, and this is how you harmonize. We have the Nine of Swords, so I'm seeing that you've been very anxious. This could be about money, your relationships. Basically, I feel like you've had a lot of tower moments lately, a lot of things coming down for you. And you're seeing that you really were not on as firm a foundation as you thought you were. And now it's just a lot of changes. And everything just seems kind of turbulent right now. But do not resist this. Don't resist your outer circumstances, because the outer circumstances are just the illusion anyway. And I'm always saying this. But we are divine beings. We are divine beings having human experiences that we are simulating through the matrix. So basically, you know, this earth is just like, there's nothing to it until we come along and we actually create with our thoughts what type of reality that we want, and then we experience it. I know someone used to say to me all the time, it was my divine partner actually, and it just recently clicked, because I used to get offended when he said it. But now that I look back on it, I believe he was trying to show me something. He would say, it's your world, we're all just living in it. And I would get offended, because I would feel like, man, is he trying to say I'm egocentric? And then I feel like the whole world revolves around me? Well, basically, that's what happens with the matrix. The whole world does revolve around us, because we're the one creating our very own version of reality. And how do you have the best possible outcome? The highest possible outcome that you can possibly have comes from focusing exclusively on yourself. Now, if you're a parent, I know a lot of times people say you're supposed to put your children first. But I'm here to tell you that if you put your kids first and you do not take care of your own needs, anything that you need to work on personally, then you will get to the point where your kids are grown and you'll be sitting at home like I am, all alone, wondering what in the hell happened. You know, I focused everything on my kids. I stayed in a loveless marriage for years just to finally leave the loveless marriage and be living by myself, and to feel like, damn, you know, I have to get to know myself all over again. I didn't even know myself. I never knew myself. But now I have the time to do that, you know, and I'm not judging it. It just is how it is. And I'm sorry I kind of got off on a tangent a little bit. I know I had somebody on one of my other videos comment, just explain the card and don't give your perspective. Well, you know, for one thing, you know, I'm working like 4 side jobs, and I squeeze these videos in, and I'm doing these for free, you know. So basically, you know, what I wanted to say, which I didn't say because my ego is in the back seat, is, you know, I don't even have to do these videos. And if this doesn't resonate with you for whatever reason, then just don't watch. It's just that simple. I'm not forcing you to watch. But also, I read energies. And I read the energy of people, and when also with these cards. And so when I see the card, I read the energy of the card. Well, energy is really hard to translate because it has no language. Souls have no language. The universe has no language. It's all connected. And so the only way sometimes for me to describe the energy of a card is to give my perspective. So my perspective on this Nine of Swords here, this anxiety, is to realize that, you know what, stop taking this shit so seriously. You are simulating these experiences, and if you don't like it, change it. To clarify that card, we have be there for you. And you know what? I promise I had not even looked at this card yet. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Always put yourself first, and that is how you align to the highest possible outcome. And also, it'll keep you honest, and you will have a firm boundary set, because you will automatically be focused on you. And so if something doesn't resonate with you, or if you don't want to do something, if you can say no, and without guilt, because you put yourself first. And be there for you also, because you know what? Sometimes you're all you've got. And that's all right too. I know this journey that I've been on. I've been on a twin flame journey since September 2016. At one time, I had my whole family abandon me. I had friends come and go. Everybody abandoned me, to where I had days and nights in this house all alone. All I would do was drink and smoke and just want to die. And I felt very sorry for myself, and I was really in that victim mentality mode, like, damn. Like, I don't even know why I'm here. Why am I even here? I really felt that way, and I resorted to, I had a retail addiction. I really became an alcoholic for a while. I really did. I was smoking 2-3 packs of cigarettes a day, and I really cleaned up my act. And when I did that, I really got a lot stronger, because you know what? I realized, I am here for me, and I am all that I need. And I don't even need these other things. I released all of those addictions and all those toxic behaviors and patterns that I had, and really faced all the deepest, darkest parts of me. And so sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to have that space to do that. And so if you are all alone right now, if somebody's walked out of your life, if they've abandoned you or whatever, you know what? It's perfect. This is your soul giving you a gift. This is your soul showing you your deepest, darkest fears and giving you the space to face them, to clear them, so that you no longer align to that bullshit. We have the Vortex, temptation. And whenever I see this card, I always think about codependency or substance abuse. The temptation to kind of fall back into old habits because of this anxiety and this worry. It's kind of like that fuck it, I don't care attitude. Like, who cares? I'm going to go ahead and be self-destructive for a while, because I feel like nobody gives a shit. I feel like I'm all alone, and it's very hard and it's very lonely, and I understand, because I've been there. But sometimes you have to, I hate to say it, I had many days and nights of being very, very drunk. I wouldn't advise it to anybody, but you know what? It was all divinely guided. And when it was time to quit, I had help from my spirit guides and my angels to put it all down and put it behind me. I no longer have a retail addiction after getting myself into a lot of trouble. And I had to realize, when I got stripped down to nothing, all my fancy clothes and shoes and everything didn't matter. All that mattered was the soul. I got stripped down to my soul. And that's all that mattered. And you have to get to that place where you realize, I am all that I have. And you know what? I am not even who I thought I was. And I know it's very scary when you wake up and you realize you aren't even who you thought you were. But believe me, it's beautiful once you get past all that. So just hang in there. I'm telling you, just hang in there. And I am going to say that if anybody gets to the point where they are just such in a place of being so down and out, where I just didn't even want to live anymore, reach out to me. Reach out to me, because I'm telling you, I've been there. This book of knowledge, the energy that I got from this card is the Akashic Records room. And if you've never heard of the Akashic Records room, it is the book of knowledge. It's hard to explain. Every religion pretty much has their own take on this. The book of knowledge, like in the Bible or whatever, the Akashic Records, it's the same thing. It is the record of souls. Every soul has records of all it's ever been. And a lot of us, if not all of us, I don't know for a fact, are otherworldly. We're not even from this planet. I mean, we've lived on other planets. You know, some of us have been to Atlantis, Lemuria. You know, my whole Neptune's daughter, I was a mermaid. That was one of my many past lives. I'm aware of it, like 10 of them now. And this Akashic Records, it holds the records of every single soul. And you have to meditate and almost be in a hypnotized state in order to be in this room. And it was really interesting when I did my past life regression. There were books, and you took the book off the shelf, and my books were like pop-up storybooks, you know, with like you open it up where it pops up. And then I was able to kind of travel almost like on a magic carpet ride back into all these different lives. And not only did I do that, it was real magical. I can't even describe it to you. But I've been able to become aware of some of my past lives through music and dreams and deja vu moments, like meeting someone and instantly we kind of look at each other and I know that our souls recognize each other. And it's just so magical. It really is, because the other person knows too, especially if they are enlightened at all. And so the point that I'm getting at with this is that this particular timeline that you're on, that you're struggling on, is just a drop in the bucket of what you've been as a soul on a soul level. This is so minor. It really is. So don't focus on it and don't take it so seriously. Just lighten. If you can just lighten up just a little bit, I'm telling you, it'll make all the difference in the world. I know humor helps me. You can't tell from this channel, but I'm really a pretty funny person. We have the Queen of Pentacles, kindness. And the message that I'm getting with this, and there's actually two of them, is that overgiving. The Queen of Pentacles is all about giving. And she gives and she gives and she gives of herself, and especially financially, because look, to clarify that card, we have the woman holding the coin, and this can be a man. So the energy that I'm getting from this is codependency. And really wanting to give to others in order to remain in their lives. Okay, if I give to this person, and if I make myself valuable, they will not leave me like the others. Or whatever it is that you're doing. A lot of, you know, and then there's a lot of times that we give and we give and we give so that we can get something in return. And then when we don't get what we want in return, we're upset about it. You know, oh my God, I made all these sacrifices and I took care of you financially. I know, I'm a female that used to always find fixer-upper men. And I do and I do and I do and I give and I'd give and I'd give. And then I would be upset because I never got back out of it what I put into it. It's that type of energy, which is why the message is coming through. Be there for you. Give to yourself in the first place. Because if that person is meant to be in your life, you can't lose them anyway. So stop overgiving out of fear. We have the Fool card, New Beginning. And basically the energy that I'm getting with this is to just take a leap of faith. And that's what I was saying about those fears. If you are being divinely guided to move or change a job or take a chance on somebody, get rid of those fears and really take a leap of faith. That is the message that's coming through here. I have these art oracle cards. I love these things. When authority says to be quiet, get a loudspeaker. Art must fight for freedom, or the whole world is prison. Some things are whole only when they shatter. So I'm getting two things out of this card. The first thing that I'm getting, always speak your truth. Do not tiptoe around situations, once again, out of fear of loss and feeling like if you tell somebody else how you feel, you're going to lose them. Stop that. Stop it right now. Always be true. Be there for you. Speak your truth. And free yourself from this mental prison that you've been stuck in, this codependent cycle. Do free yourself. And it says some things are only whole when they shatter. And so you are whole and complete. Don't let anybody tell you that you're broken and you need healed, because you don't. You really just need a new perspective. That's all healing is looking at things a different way and being true and being real to yourself. And so a lot of times when it says things are only whole when they shatter, I feel like that is that tower moment coming down and shattering, and you realizing, man, everything that I believed to be true was not true. It was all a bunch of illusions that I created in my mind. And now I want this new beginning so I can create new ones. Beautiful. Six of Swords, calm. And the energy that I'm getting from this card is that sometimes when your back is against the wall, you don't have any other choice but to surrender to it and have even more faith. Because you get to the point, what else can I do? I can't do anything. It is what it is. I mean, the truth is staring me in the face. You know, this tower moment came down, shit shattered everywhere. And now here I am, and I'm like, damn, I can't do anything but have more faith that this is all going to work out for the best for me. And that's the energy I'm getting from this card. And if you're not in this energy, this is where you need to be. Because to clarify that, we have the universe has my back, and that's beautiful. It does. So don't be scared to take these chances and do have faith. Beautiful. That was a beautiful synchronicity just now. Occupation. And I don't believe this has to do with the job, so to speak. I believe this has to do with staying occupied, staying busy. Shifting your focus, finding hobbies, finding things that you enjoy to do so that you're not just focused on the situation that you're in right now. Take walks, go to the movies by yourself, read a book, listen to music. What is it that you really like to do? And you might really be surprised that it was stuff you didn't even know about yourself. Once you start soul searching, you're just going to be amazed, and you might even have spiritual gifts. I know I found out that I could do this. I'd never done this before. I know my grandmothers are mediums and tarot card readers, but I had never done it. So you would be surprised. All kinds of things. And you know, I am getting for some people that spiritual gifts, you'll be remembering them. It's not like you just develop them. You're waking up from your soul amnesia, and you're remembering that you can do these things, as well as any type of past life that you had is coming back to you. Some people call them past lives. I call them timelines. Privileged lady. And so the energy that I'm getting with this card is that whole victim mentality, feeling like other people have privileges that you don't, and that you have to work so hard to have what others have. And the universe is here to tell you that it has your back, and all you have to do is focus your energy on what you want. And stop killing yourself, and stop feeling like the world is an unfair place. In fact, remove the word unfair from your vocabulary altogether. I don't read these this little negative bullshit on these cards. I just don't, because it's so negative. But I know when I've done tarot card readings with a playing card deck, the diamonds I designated as the swords. So this would be the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is the end of a cycle. This is the end of mental conflict. This is the end of this energy here, this Nine of Swords, this anxiety, and really moving into calmer waters. And how do you do that? We have the scythe here. And I hope I said that right, sky. This is about cutting things out of your life. What I was talking about earlier, releasing that. Anything that no longer resonates with you, let it go. Detach from it. Cut cords with people. Forgive people. Move on. That is what this card is saying. Well, I have this postcard oracle, and understand I do not read these till the end of the reading because I love it when it matches with what I've said. So here we go. Dearest you, pump up the music. Wow. I've been talking about music too. Wow. Pump up the music, bang the drums, get on up, and start that hustle towards your goals and dreams. There are times to be still, but this is not one of them. Now is the time to make that first move, say yes to life, pick up the phone, make that decision, and take that one step towards the gods or us. Expect a cascade of changes, good news, and opportunities to show up as if by magic. Well, we know it's really spirit and all of us moving things around for your benefit. The point is that we are saying go for it. Take positive action towards your dreams. Even if the outcome isn't an exact fit for your agenda, it will be orchestrated by spirit and arrive in divine appropriate timing. Don't you just love how it all works? We love you so much. Wow. See how it says orchestrated? Will all be orchestrated by spirit. That is a beautiful synchronicity. Absolutely beautiful. Well, this is your weekly reading, Sagittarius, and if you would like to have a paid reading, or if you would like to make an energy donation, I'll put my PayPal email address and my Cash App handle in the description of the video. Once I get done with clearing things, and I'm just about through my fears. Every week, like a new fear's popped up for like the past 4 weeks. Every week, it's been a different one. And understand, I've been facing fears for like almost the past 3 years. But it's almost like now I'm passing tests. So every week it's like, okay, are you truly past this? Okay, here's a test for you. We're going to we're going to show you your fear. We're going to see what happens. So like every week it's been that. So it's been really challenging. But I feel so much better and so much stronger. So once I get past these fears, what I want to do is I want to offer maybe some sort of guidance sessions, maybe 30 minutes, 40-minute sessions. And so once I get to that point, I will include that in the description of the video also. Thank you for watching.